Hi everybody, how you doing? I'm just gonna pass this over here to my beautiful wife to be. All right, I was here about 6 months ago, back in December, and I'm here to introduce. I'm a newly published author back in September 2016 last year, and I'm here to talk about Wolfgang, the vampire hunter. So we're going to take it back to 18th century fantasy horror gothic novel. Okay, so we're changing it up a little bit. You know, growing up, I've been influenced by many different things, and one thing was the manga series called Vampire Hunter D. I don't know if anybody knows that series, but there was a quote from those stories where a girl who is a monster hunter, or trying to follow in the footsteps of her father, she always says, you know, if you want to know about hunting werewolves, you ask the werewolf hunter. You want to know about vampire slaying, you ask the vampire hunter. Well, Wolfgang is a vampire hunter, and he's a noble in some town, fantasy world, called Ashton, and he is charged to protect his people in a remote village in the countryside. And could you imagine living a life where everything's peachy, you go out about your day, say like we all go to our jobs and we do our normal day-to-day jobs. Well, Wolfgang's job is to go out and protect his people and hunt monsters, particularly vampires. So he goes out one day on a mission to do that in the countryside, and his way back, he witnesses something that's kind of disturbing. I'm going to read a little passage of that right now. The carriage takes a hard left, and soon we are out of the Cordova woods and back at the great Capello Road, where I see the darkening clouds of the approaching night. But the sunset itself is beautiful as I jostle about the carriage. What wonderful pastel colors the sky makes, from yellows to orange, and now to pink, cascading to purple, and now to red. I pause a moment and realize something isn't right. I stick my head out as far as I can from the carriage window, straining my neck in an awkward angle. James, do you see that? Just as I finish the question, I look up to see Kronthik loading a crossbow with one hand. Indeed I do, sir, he says, putting down the weapon and grabbing a second one. Again, I look off toward the horizon, and my speculation is correct. The village of Roland is ablaze. So I just read a passage that's in the book, and so Wolfgang comes back from his mission and sees that his hometown is now under siege. So he races and becomes witness to something truly terrible. His wife has been bitten by a vampire, and now he's forced to slay her. But at the same time, his son, Dorian Wolfgang, is now missing as well. And so is his servant. And so he's led to believe that his servant has kidnapped his son. So now Wolfgang goes on a mission, on a quest to find his son with his completely loyal friend. So that's what Wolfgang's about. Again, thank you for listening to me today. Before I finish, I just want to read one more thing. And that's a quote from Wolfgang himself in the story, where he says in the beginning of the story, I love my family. I would do anything for them. They are what keep me together in this hell of a world. They are why I do the things I do, see the places I've seen, and never speak of the horrors my eyes have witnessed. So, a little insight to fantasy horror gothic novel. So, if you like it or want to ask me more questions, you can afterwards. If anybody has any questions now.